Except for the CFO is moving around. Now it's PayPal CFO going to be replace Biggs at Walmart.
PayPal is problematic. They missed a couple of quarters. John Rainey is a terrific CFO. You know, we have this great CFO council. And he sat next to me at the CFO council a couple weeks ago. I happen to really revere him. He is one of the most, I put him on because he's so terrific. I never put CFOs on. This is a big coup for both. And if I am John and I get a call from Doug McMillon, do I say, hey, you know what, I really kind of got this really great job? No, I take it because Walmart's one of the most incredibly important roles. Now, Mizuho came out and said, why didn't PayPal, why didn't they affirm their guidance so that you don't think that something's wrong? And that, I thought, was a good call. Why didn't they? Most of the time when CFOs leave, that's a good time to be able to say he's going to stay on for a couple of months. No. And by the way, businesses, right, like we said, no. So those are the negatives for PayPal. The positive for Walmart, this guy has great technology knowledge. Just great. So Walmart wants more tech. Remember when they had Mark Lurie there? His unbelievable tech. Now he does that Wonder Truck.
Yes.
So I understand why this is happening. Though, and I play with full disclosure, my Channel Trust owns PayPal, and I was horrified to see this. I don't want.
Well, you've been horrified for a long time on PayPal, and you've been horrified since the stock came down an awful lot. Why in the world haven't you just sold it?
Sold some. Okay, that's a great question. I went out there in November, and I don't have to quote me exactly, but Dan Schulman, who I've respected for many years since he split that off from eBay, said that business was going to get really good next year, and that business, and they're going to go back to their old growth rate, be plus 20. At plus 20, the stock is very cheap. He then subsequently missed the quarter that he promised me, and I'm doing a lessons learned. And the lessons learned was I should have just not waited for 2023. I had a chance to bolt, and I didn't. I did poorly.
Understood. And it happens.
I did poorly.
I think a lot of investors would have been happy if they had bolted when that Pinterest interest came out. Now, by the way, we never really got a clear sense as to how far along that was. That was, I think, a journal story at the time, but it was an odd thing at the time. It didn't seem to last particularly long. I've never been able to determine how close it was, if at all. But that was a good opportunity to sell because it raised a lot of questions.
It was. I mean, that's why I went out. He said, look, I see a lot of different things. The people who are selling my stock at 180, at 184, they're going to make a big mistake when they see the power. So, okay, so you have a guy who you've trusted for many years.
Schulman, yep, CEO.
Who then tells you that the sellers are wrong. And do you say, you know what, that guy's untrustworthy? But the answer is that let's forget what he said. The next quarter was bad. And that I have no excuse for not selling. That I thought I could ride through to get to the promised land. No.
Right. But then you get down to this level, and it's sort of like, well, really? Am I really going to do it now?
Thank you. So that's what I said is, what's the point? But look, the whole point of our product that we put out, the Investing Club, is it's a warts and all. And I went out, and I believed a man whom I've always believed, and that was wrong to believe. That's on me. It's not on Dan. I screwed up. I should have been more critical.
Okay. It happens.
Right.
Win some, lose some.
Ted Williams, he only batted 400. 60% of the time.